Hello students, Standard 7th English Medium Biology. We are going to start chapter number 10 in biology today. That is the respiration in organisms. Now, what is the respiration? Why do we need it? How does it take place? Etc. We have to learn in this chapter. According to the story given, like that character Bujo was eagerly waiting for his grandparents that were coming from the town for after a year, and he was in a very hurry to receive them at the bus stop. Therefore, he ran fast and reached the bus stop. But at that time, he was breathing very fast, rapidly. So his grandfather asked him that why he was breathing so fast. Then Bujo told that because he was running very fast, and therefore he is breathing very faster. And that time in his mind a question arises that why am I breathing faster when running? What is the reason behind that? And that stuck in the mind. So now the answers of the Bujo's question lies in understanding why we breathe. Actually, breathing is the part of respiration. And what is that? Why do we respire? That we are going to understand, going to learn in this chapter. So now, respiration is very essential for all the living organisms. Doesn't matter either is it a plant or an animal. All of us, all the organisms require the process of respiration. We know that our body is made up of a microscopic unit which is known as cell, that we learn about it. So, what is the cell? Cell is the structural and functional unit of all the living organisms. And we know that each cell is performing some processes like nutrition, excretion, transport, reproduction, etc. So, various functions are taken place in the shell of all the living organisms. And to perform all these life processes, all the cell requires energy. So, to produce the energy, this process of respiration is very needed. Generally, we think that when we are doing some work like walking, running, or doing playing games, doing exercise, etc., that time we need energy. But what about that time when we are taking rest, doing nothing, or at night sleeping? That time also do we need energy? Generally we think that no, that time we do not need any energy. Yeah, to do the other works we do not require any energy. But think that some of the activities are such that it is continuously taking place in our body. Doesn't matter we are working or sitting idly, taking rest or sleeping. During this time also, these activities are going on and on. For example, we breathe. When we sleep, don't we breathe? Yes, we have to breathe. Our heart is pumping whole night also. It's not taking rest. Similarly, our stomach is digesting the food that we take in, and so on. So there are so many activities are going on and on each and every second of the day. It means that in that time period also we require energy. So the respiration is essential for survival of every living organism, whether it is an animal or a plant. By this process, living organisms produce energy from food they eat. In this process, oxygen is used. Oxygen is required for this process, and at the end of that process of the respiration, carbon dioxide gas is formed, which is as a waste. So we take it out of the body. So now this process is known as the respiration process, and this energy produced is used by organisms for various life processes. As I told you that in all the life processes taking place in our body, this energy is getting utilized so that our body can work properly. Now, the whole process of respiration consists of two different activities. First is breathing, and the second is cellular respiration. Sometimes we ask the question to the student that what is respiration? Then they will give answer that we take oxygen and take out carbon dioxide, that is called respiration. No, that is not a respiration. It is only the part of a respiration. Breathing, that is called breathing. When we take in air and take out air, that process is only known as breathing, which consists of two steps: inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling the air and exhaling air. Only that process is known as breathing. It is not a respiration. But in respiration, the breathing is one of the part. So, respiration consists of two processes: breathing and cellular respiration. So what is breathing? The process of inhaling and exhaling of air is called breathing. So that process is only breathing. It is not a respiration. It is just a part of a breathing. And in this place, in this activity, there are two steps: inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling means the taking in the air which is rich of oxygen. Right? So the taking in air rich in oxygen into body is called inhalation. So when we breathe in, we take air which is rich in oxygen. So that process is known as inhalation, in which we take in air which is rich in oxygen. And inhaled oxygen is supplied to all the cells of the body. So when we breathe in, then you will learn about that how do it reach to all the cells of our body. So that supplied oxygen goes to all the cells of the body. And then the giving out of air rich in carbon dioxide is known as exhalation. So when the respiration is finished, that time the carbon dioxide gas is produced, which is a waste product, and that is taking out of the body. So this is called exhalation. So the giving out of air rich in carbon dioxide is known as exhalation. And this carbon dioxide is collected from all the cells and then it is taken to the lungs and we breathe out through our nose. So this process is the breathing process, which consists two steps, inhaling and exhaling. Now the second part is the cellular respiration. Main part is that cellular respiration, the process of breaking down of food in the cell with the release of energy is called cellular respiration. So when the oxygen rich air is taken in, then what happens? It reaches to all the cell of the body, and in that body it breaks down the food, especially the glucose, in the cell with the release of energy. So glucose is broken down using the oxygen in all the cells of the body, and it releases carbon dioxide, water and energy. So that process which takes place in the cell of the organisms, therefore it is also known as cellular respiration. Because why it is called cellular? Because this process takes place in the cell of the body, and therefore it is called the cellular respiration. Thus, the respiration is a process of two steps. First is breathing, and the other one is the cellular respiration, in which we saw that breathing is two parts, inhaling and exhaling. Now, this respiration is also of different types, because generally we learn from our lower standards in science that all living organisms require oxygen. But it is not completely true. That we will learn in this chapter, that most of the living organisms require oxygen, but only a few organisms are such that they don't need oxygen at all. Actually, sometimes for some of the organisms, oxygen can be dangerous for them. Now, according to the use of oxygen, the respiration is of two types. One is the aerobic respiration and the other is anaerobic respiration. So most of the organisms break down food in the presence of oxygen into carbon dioxide and water with the release of energy is called aerobic respiration. What is the aerobic respiration? Means when the breakdown of food, especially glucose, is taking place in the presence of air, means oxygen is required. Without oxygen, they cannot survive, they cannot release the energy, they cannot break down the glucose. So, their respiration is known as aerobic respiration. So, you understand what is aerobic respiration? When the breakdown of food, especially the glucose, takes place in the presence of oxygen, and what happens when it breaks down? It breaks down into carbon dioxide, water, and also it releases energy. So that whole process is known as cellular respiration, or aerobic respiration. So here it is the equation that the glucose plus oxygen, because they are using oxygen. So glucose plus oxygen gives carbon dioxide plus water plus energy. Here the glucose is broken down completely, not partially but completely, and more energy is released in this aerobic respiration. The second type of respiration is anaerobic respiration, in which the breakdown of glucose takes place in the absence of oxygen. Without oxygen, the glucose is broken down, in which it is partially breakdowns, not completely, and alcohol and carbon dioxide and energy is released. So that process without oxygen, in the absence of oxygen, takes place. Therefore, it is known as anaerobic respiration. So here the yeast is the organisms which respire anaerobically. Therefore, it is also known as anaerobes, that we will learn in the other lecture. So here glucose is without oxygen, it is broken down, and it produces alcohol also, carbon dioxide and energy. In this process, because the glucose is not completely broken down, therefore the energy produced is very less in compare of aerobic respiration, because in aerobic respiration the glucose is broken down completely into carbon dioxide and water, and therefore more energy is released. But during the anaerobic respiration, what happens? The glucose is not completely but partially broken down, and so another product is also producing, which is alcohol and carbon dioxide and water, and therefore less amount of energy is released in the this process. So here we learn about the respiration, its two steps like breathing and cellular respiration, and we learn about aerobic and anaerobic respiration, and more we learn in the next video, that how sometimes in our body also anaerobic respiration takes place, and what are the anaerobes, etc., etc. We will learn about it in the next video. So here we are going to stop this lecture, and after this you will get a PDF file. There, what is here, you will write down in your notebook, and any problems, any queries, you can write down in the comment section. Thank you very much.